kid, it's the 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 kid, man. So what's happening, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy HH half full. And just like, you know what? Let me just, give my thoughts on current events. If you thoughts on current events, stroke things on my mind. We're all self-isolating. We're all at the crib. Hopefully, we're all staying at home. I always say, give a shout out to all the nurses and the doctors out there. Shout outs to all the nurses and the doctors out there, because those are the guys that are the real heroes. They are the tier one people. Those are the chief Oga people. Those are the dudes out there. Coronavirus is the brick. That is the brick. That is the class A brick. That is the trash that we're rolling with. That's brick has coronavirus that wants to ruin the world for everyone. So, picked out a few topics here, and I just thought, you know what, let me just give my thoughts on it. And look, remember, guys, these are merely my thoughts. It's my thoughts of a dude trying to live, trying to stay alive, okay? So this isn't like HH the scientist coming through. This isn't HH the scientist, HH the connoisseur and everything. I'm just giving my thoughts here, my full-hearted thoughts. So I wanted to talk about China. Are China planning world domination? Because there's a theory going around, and I think we sort of touched upon this before, but there's this theory. There's this theory. There's this theory going around that China produced this virus in a biolab because they wanted population control, reduce the numbers, get this virus out, they have the cure, destroy the world, specifically destabilize Europe and America. Stabilize Europe and America. While these guys are reeling economically, China come in and establish themselves as a dominant force, and they sit on the throne and they pretty much rule and take things through. Now, that is a wild idea. It's a wild idea, but we're just here to entertain it. Is because, again, I'm not sure whether I believe that, but I'm one of those dudes. I'm like, I'm open to anything. I'm open to anything, because for me, I still say a dude ate a bat. Because we say some dude ate a bat. Okay, I don't know whether it was Johnny Woo, Frankie Wong, or Johnny Toe. One of those dudes ate a bat and were hit. So that's where I'm rolling through there. But maybe, just maybe, there is a chance, just a little bit of a chance, that this is a super master plan by China. Because think about it right now. China are very, very intelligent people. Super intelligent people. I've known Chinese people. One of my best friends at my school, I still remember his name, Toby Ma. Shout out to your boy Toby Ma, man. Super intelligent people. So this would be a crazy elaborate plan. If the Chinese said, we can rule this world now, and nobody would ever think of it, because everybody will just think of it as a conspiracy theory. And we'll get to this whole idea of conspiracy theories and Alex Jones. But what if China said, because guys, economically, the world this is an economic lubrication. I don't know how the world is going to economically recover from this. How there are businesses that they literally depend on daily income. They depend and they live off daily income. There are guys that can, you know what? We can go a few months without the income, is fine. There are guys where our business thrives on daily income. Cinemas, restaurants, your daily barbers and so forth, they need the daily bread to balance the books. So even a week without any daily bread, and they're screwed. So first of all, I don't know when we can even come out of this. I don't even know when that's going to happen. So even if that does happen, businesses just can't get going like that. The businesses that have now finished and have now ended. So this leaves a vacuum. This leaves a flipping vacuum. So if people are saying, oh man, we need a job, we need somewhere to go to, and China saying, well, we can provide those jobs. Because remember, we had the virus first, which means that we had a leg up on everyone else to sort things out. Now, people like Singapore people, they were fine because they were able to roll through and handle it a lot better. But Europe, they got smacked up. They got hit up really bad with this whole thing. So China saying, look, man, if you want help, we have all the cards. We have all the cards. And maybe, because for me, this is what I'm fearful of. Insult America all you want. We are in a better place if America rules the world. They are the lesser evil. Any superpower is an evil, but America is a lesser evil compared to China because I'm choosing democracy over communism. I know for me, I thought communism was cool. I thought communism was cool. I was like, oh man, everybody's the same. We're all equal. Nobody's more than everyone. But then when you look at the specific kind of communism that China are rolling with and how, because for me, I'm an individual. And for me, you cannot shut down my individuality. That's where I go through because I'm a wolf. I am a wolf. And I don't think the Chinese political system breeds wolves. It's about everyone being a sheep and everybody falling one way through. Because I don't even believe in the concepts of the country. The concept of the nation and the country is stupid. Patriotism is stupid. It's a dumb idea because it's a social construct of oh yeah, this is my country. I am patriot. My country. It's a piece of land. We're just on this floating red and green ball in the middle of black space. Countries don't exist. It's a flipping construct. It's not real. It's not tangible. It was created. But people buy into it. Human beings buy into it because human beings are strange species because they thrive off and live off buying into constructs, into ideas, into intangible things. That's just how people roll through, and that's how they can use to control you. But because again, look, because my mom is convinced. So this is HH's mom. I mean, this is double H's mom that is for. So my mom is convinced that China created this in a biolab. They created this disease in a biolab, put it out there for population control, said whatsoever to the old people, sent it through because they want to screw over the world and put themselves through it. And outside, I said to my mom, look, I don't know, man. You have any proof? But then when I thought about it, I said that if this is true, and this is an if this is true, this is like some kind of weird ass Hollywood movie. But if it is true, that has to be one of the most effed up things I've ever seen in my life, personally. It has to be the most personal thing in my life, man. So what's this? So yeah, race. Yeah, no, race. Look, I want to do something separate on race because race is a whole different thing. I will touch upon race sometime different, man. I'll touch on race sometime different, but race is basically that is a whole subject on another thing, man. I know more about this than you. I've been watching market manipulation and the US Navy on doorstep. Last about China, their products in recent decades, they steal knowledge, then make copies. Look, man, because China make a lot of stuff, man. Because how much stuff do you see where it says made in China? How much just used to made in China? Because I saying, look, this is because I've done business on a very simple level. I did like a marketing degree. No, not a degree. I did it is a degree, like a small degree and everything. But the thing about this is that China wants control of the world because this is even from experience. China are deep in Nigeria and deep in Africa. And China have been in Africa and Nigeria for years because they're there because they want to gain control. They want to gain control. You see, this is where I want to go to because I want to jump off to the concept of conspiracy theories because again, look, would China really knowingly kill off their people because of population control? That's just where I'm running through. Would they knowingly kill off their own people because of population control? So, so that's the thing. Is like if because I mean, I get how they want population control based on just how many people are there, but how realistic is it that China would be like, we are going to create a disease in a biolab to screw over people and just to kill off people so we want population control? Because yes, there are a lot of people in China, they're not struggling per se. I've never heard of like in a kind of like serious poverty thing, and it is just such a wild concept for that to happen. But the danger is, trust me, there are a lot of people that believe in this stuff. What's it called? There, I think Missouri, the state of Missouri, they say that they are suing China because of neglect, because the um the notion and the thought is that people said that because China knew about this thing, withheld information, then they're using that. Oh, if you knew about this and you withheld information, that means you knowingly wanted it to move through. But then on the other side, it could be a case of where, because which is what I read initially, that Wuhan didn't want people to know that, oh my gosh, because we don't have control of this stuff, let's not let anyone know. So they restricted the information to come out, which it's crazy either way. But I believe the whole thing of like, no, you are culpable because you withheld information. So that is just where that you because we withheld information. But the worrying thing is that why do so many people believe in this? That's the thing. Because I don't know about you, but a lot of people that um a lot of people that have sort of I've spoken to say China wanted to really put this stuff out. Like, because the first person that I spoke that has said this to me was my colleague and so forth. But for me, I just think, look, man, it's people watching so many movies. It's people watching so many movies. See, America is the biggest danger to the world, not China. Why would you say that? In what sense? America is wild. America is wild. But I would you see, look, there are both dangers here. Just that, see, better the devil you know. You probably have heard that saying, better the devil you know. Trust me. If I'm from Iraq or Iran or the Middle East, America is an enemy. Because those guys will come to the Middle East and just F you up. Just as they did in Iraq. In Iraq, they didn't go to Iraq because they were fighting for freedom. America went to Iraq for oil. They went there fully for oil. That war was flipping BS. And that war showed you why the UN is class A. That war in 03 showed you why the UN is class A minimum class A. Minimum class A. But the thing about that is that they are both dangerous, but better the devil you know. You know how America works, and there is so much within a democratic country. There are so many checks, so many voices that you are in a safer position through there than there often are. Trump is a madman. And Trump is a psycho. So obviously, under Trump, things are crazy because Trump doesn't listen to anybody. At least Bush was slightly saner. Bush was still crazy, but slightly saner. But Trump is a full madman. But the thing with China is that nobody can tell them anything. There are no checks. It's one voice. It's one voice and boom, fully. But the thing though is that I'm one of those guys that I don't care about theories. All I care about are facts. So whenever I get sent all these WhatsApp videos, because my mom has been sending me WhatsApp videos, my uncles, my aunts have been sending me WhatsApp video upon WhatsApp video upon WhatsApp video. And I'm like, wow, this sounds crazy. Where is the evidence? And and that's because if you don't have hard evidence of where is this lab? Has anybody worked in this lab? Where are the scientists in this lab? If you don't have any of these things, then I'm sorry, bro. I've got a backup. Like, if you don't have any of these things of where you can truly say, all right, boom, 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 boom. These are all these are the factual things. Then I don't really know. So you have to give me hard evidence. If you go to a court of law and say, man, I look at this internet video, they did this, but I'm like, okay, that's cool. Where is the hard evidence? Because if China made this thing in a lab, there's a paper trail, and I'm sure you've heard of a digital footprint. It is very unlikely that China made this disease in a biolab and there isn't a digital footprint of this thing. It's impossible. So what if the virus didn't come from China? Could it have been planted in China? The theory is about this as well. Planted by who? So you're not saying that America planted this in China to destabilize them, then it then got out of hand, and now it came to America, and America knew of. Now we're not getting into Hollywood territory right now. Now we're not getting into Oliver Stone territory right now. What they planted this in. And the funny thing, guys, is that so many times in life, the answer is the most simplest thing. 9 times out of 10, people think, well, this and that, 0.3, 0.3, 99% of the time, it's the most obvious thing. And maybe upon all this stuff China did, maybe it was just this virus and this disease. But what people have said, though, is this where you have this whole reopen stuff. It's like, oh, governments are using this as somehow of a way to try and get into martial law and like invoke martial law and all that kind of stuff. And people say, oh no, we want to reopen because we want our rights, man. We want our rights, baby. Okay, we don't want no government. We want our rights, baby. I'm like, you see, that's just when you just have guys just need to chill. Not everything's a conspiracy. There are some conspiracies that are true. I'm going to do another video on aliens because I don't want to say this now, but I am. Do you know what scares me the most? Do you know what scares me the most? Let me tell you what scares. Let me tell you what scares H the most. Let me tell you what scares H the most. What scares me the most is if we're the only living beings in this world. That terrifies me. Nothing terrifies me more if in this whole universe, we are the only sentient, intelligent beings in this world. But I'm going to leave that for another stream about whether aliens do exist. Because guys, if I go to Mars and there are no Martians there, I'm going to be pissed off. If I go to Mars and they don't see there, US has 1,000 military bases around the world compared to the rest of the world. Have 75 bases internationally. US has nukes in Germany. No, look, America is the new Roman Empire. It is what it is. America is the new Roman Empire. Throughout history, there was the British Empire, there's the Roman Empire, there's the Greek Empire, the Abyssinian Empire, the Egyptian Empire. Human beings are bricks. Human beings are bricks. We live off war. We thrive off war. Because I was even talking to my brother. My brother said that, the most important people in this world, doctors, nurses, teachers, soldiers. I said, whoa. I said, wait. How are soldiers important? My brother said, throughout history, you will always have to fight wars. So soldiers are key. We will always be at war. As long as there's an empire, there's always going to be conflict, and there will always be an empire. So America is the new British Empire. Have you read on what the British Empire did? Have you heard about how the British Empire screwed over the world? The reason why I'm speaking English is because of the British Empire. Have you heard about the kind of things that the Roman Empire did? We'll always have empires. This America is just the modern day empire with the nukes and the military tanks and everything. The world is effed. The world is effed. That's just the fact. The world is effed, man. But look, man, if there's anything I'm missing out from anybody, email me this stuff. If there's any, you guys, you know my email. If there's any piece of, because I'm ready to know, because I know that I don't know everything. I know that I don't know everything. So if there's anything that I'm missing out, any information that you guys know, and if you guys know more about me, email me. Guys, we're in isolation. We're in isolaciones. We are in isolaciones. So please email me if there are any facts or figures I don't know. You know where to reach me. The Hufflepot. Actually, no. My Hufflepot at jjmoder.com. What's my email? Email me anything, man. Let me hit you my email in case you guys don't know. Of course, you guys know my email. But if you don't know my email, email me any information or facts and figures that I don't know about. That's my email there. So, but this is a very good jump-off point. Have you guys heard about Alex Jones? I don't know whether you guys have heard of Alex Jones. But in case you haven't heard of Alex Jones, let me put a face to the name. All right. Because I am very surprised that if you use the internet and you don't know of Alex Jones, I would be very surprised that if you do not. This is Alex Jones. This dude here. He is, if you picked up a dictionary and you looked up conspiracy theorist or if you just looked up conspiracy theorist, you'd see this guy's face here, Alex Jones. And I would recommend you go to YouTube and type in Alex Jones Piers Morgan. Alex Jones pretty much believes in every conspiracy. So he believes that the Twin Tower disaster on September 11th was an inside job because of this whole thing of Building 7 being run down. And I watched this documentary called Loose Change about how apparently this whole thing, because even when I watched Loose Change, I was like, oh, wow, because you learn about the Rothschilds, about the whole thing with the buildings being destroyed and there being explosives. It's wild. So this guy, Alex Jones, is that, like basically he pretty much puts, and I think you literally can't find him anymore because I think he took things so far saying everything is a conspiracy. Even the whole Sandy Hook thing was a conspiracy. So he took things so far. So I think he's been banned from Twitter. His InfoWars site on YouTube has been taken down. So everything of his has been taken down because I think there was so much of an outcry of what he did. Everything has been taken down. But the last time that we saw him was because he lives in Austin, Texas. And in Texas, they want to reopen stuff right now. So these guys are saying, screw social distancing, man. We're going to go out there because we're America. We're America, man. America. Yeah, come on. So they're like, screw this whole thing because this whole thing of the lockdown, it's a government conspiracy. The governments are conspiring against us because they want to keep us in. So they're going out, screwing social distancing. They're amongst with other people, and they're demanding that the government reopen stuff. Conspiracy theory. And now this is the danger with conspiracy theories. They are really exciting. Conspiracy theories are really exciting. I'm sorry. I have never in my life, I've never had a boring conspiracy theory. I've never. Please tell me. Has anybody told you a conspiracy theory that is boring? No. So when something is so exciting, you want to believe it. Because like, oh, what? Oh my gosh. What? Aliens built the pyramids? Oh, aliens were here beforehand? Oh, aliens actually created human beings and then left? And they're going to come back. So we are actually a creation of aliens. The Matrix exists. We're actually living inside a digital program. The government created this disease. This disease has been created by all governments because they want to create a new martial law to actually keep us inside. So this is actually an inside job. This disease isn't even actually really real. We're actually being told lies about the people who have been dying and everything. So COVID is like a special secret code name. So COVID actually means mass hypnosis of the people to keep them in on the inside so they can use digital things to gain control of us. It sounds exciting. And because it sounds so exciting, we tend to want to believe in it. And that's the danger. Because any rational mind, anything you get given, you have to verify its veracity. Okay, cool. All right. What evidence do you have of this? What proof? Give me hard evidence and hard proof of this. Because I can't go just based off your word. I can't go based off just, oh, okay, well, you need hard evidence. Like when you go into a court of law and everything, how someone gets convicted or how they get acquitted is, bro, there's too much hard evidence here. There's too much hard evidence here to ignore. Or, bro, there's not enough hard evidence here. O.J. Simpson is guilty. O.J. Simpson committed those murders. He did. Of course he did. He did. Like, but if there's no hard evidence, you can't convict him. But everyone knows he did it. No one else could have done it. But if there is no hard evidence that ties him to doing it, you simply can't convict him. So even if this conspiracy theory sounds so good, it sounds so amazing, you still need hard evidence. So because again, I'll just, for some reason, I was on Mike Tyson's podcast, and I think I then got links to T.I.'s podcast with this guy, Alex Jones. And then I was looking at all the comments and the amounts of people online who are like, man, Alex Jones is true. This guy's telling the truth. These guys don't believe him and everything. And I'm like, why do you believe him so much? Why do you believe him and this guy so much? That's the thing, man. Why do you believe him so much? You see, this is a great one. The JFK assassination. I don't know how many of you guys have watched JFK. Great film by Oliver Stone. You see, people say that the CIA killing JFK is a conspiracy theory, that it was really Lee Harvey Oswald. But my thing, and look, see, because, okay, for me personally, I don't believe Lee Harvey Oswald killed him. I just don't. And do you know why? Because people say, "Oh, don't hate it. You're being a hypocrite." Where's all of the evidence and so forth? But then here is my. It's a tricky one because, but here is my evidence, so forth. The speed at which Lee Harvey Oswald was shot moments after JFK's assassination is insane. So he was shot, and the guy who shot him was killed as well. The quickness and the swiftness, anybody who could tie this to anyone else was killed, is crazy. Then when you now go in deeper, JFK had political opponents. He was making serious political moves and so forth. And guys, you have to understand something. It's like, because again, it's crazy because you say, look, same thing with like, what's the name of that guy from the Beatles? The dude from the Beatles, guys. What's the name of the dude from the Beatles? Who's the name of the dude from the Beatles? Tell me, the dude from the Beatles that got shot. But see, the guy that wrote Imagine, that dude. You see, that's just one crazy guy. That's one crazy guy, So But for me, the difference between that and this is that, see, with the guy from the Beatles, that's just he's a celebrity. He's a celebrity. So once you bring celebrity and popularity and fame and so forth, um, John Lennon. John Lennon, there we go. Thank you. John Lennon. That's the one. So with John Lennon, boom, that was just a killing. Boom, they got him. They got him. Boom, finito cappuccino, they got him. So I can more likely believe that it was just one guy that got him. But when you bring politics into it, because remember, John Lennon isn't as protected as the flipping president. And just guys, think about it. Just think about it. Do you want me to believe a president surrounded by secret servicemen and so forth, one man, one singular man, would go out and kill him? Why? So you have to understand, because it doesn't make sense. It makes all the sense in the world why one guy would want to kill a John Lennon, because of our relation to celebrities. JFK isn't a celebrity; he's a president. So it's about politics. Yes, John Lennon may be about politics and so forth, but he's coming at politics from a celebrity point of view. So yeah, it's wild though. So for me, I think it were that dude. And yes, the moon landing was fake. Facts. I don't care when anyone says the moon landing was fake. All I'm going to say about the moon landing is, so you landed on the moon in 1960 something. Why haven't you gone back there? So okay. So we can go on the moon in 1960. I'm trying to build a Martian base. I'm trying to have a space station on Mars. And where are the moons? We're in 2020 right now. Where are the moon stations? Where are they? We can only go to the moon once. Nah, give me a break, bro. You see now, this is a great point. This is a great point. The amount of people who have to be involved immediately kills on conspiracy theories for me. This is the key thing, which is why. Yeah, you see, this is a great point. This is a great point, because it's like, if we go to the JFK thing, maybe it's because Oliver Stone made such a good film. Guys, seriously, I really recommend it. Go watch JFK by Oliver Stone. Incredible film. Whether you believe it or not, incredible film. So maybe because the film was so good, I believe it. But when you now say this is that, even if we just say, let's just look at it objectively. So if this was a government conspiracy, not a single whistleblower? Because if this is a government conspiracy, my gosh, man, to plan this, at least six, 7, 8, 9 people, at least. Because obviously, whenever you're planning something like this, the less, the better. But something as crazy as you want to kill your own president, you need at least 6, 7, 8 guys. So if it's like 6, 7, 8 guys, not one of them was a whistleblower. So out of the 6, 7, 8 guys, a wife didn't overhear, a child didn't overhear, a friend didn't overhear, a friend didn't tell another friend, a note wasn't left, a telephone call wasn't picked up or something. There would have been seep of information. So so that is why, again, when we now go to this whole thing of a conspiracy theory, and we now tie it back to the whole China thing, is, so if you're saying that China created this whole thing in a biolab, there will be whistleblowers. And that is the issue with conspiracy theories, is it is almost impossible. It's possible, but it is almost impossible where everyone, that everyone keeps silence, is information leaks out. We are human beings. We talk. Things come out. We have, sometimes we may feel guilty. It's like that prick, that evil demonic prick, that white chick who, I think it's Emmett Till, who, Emmett Till, the kid who was brutally beaten up because he was whistling at this white girl back in the 40s, and he got destroyed and beaten up by these white guys. And then several years after, this demonic piece of crap woman said, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Like the guy didn't really do anything to me. I actually went and actually lied that he tried to fondle me." The truth always comes out. I think it's the name of a House of Pain album. The truth crushed to earth will rise again. Pretty good album, by the way. The truth crushed to earth will rise again. The truth will always come out. So that even as well, what's it called? When I was doing an Insta live, this dude swear to me. This dude swear to me that, bruh, this whole 5G thing, it's no, sorry, this whole COVID thing, it's 5G. It's all about 5G. I'm like, okay, it's 5G. Okay. What evidence do you have? Don't give me a YouTube video. I'm sorry. See, this is the issue with the internet. I think this is why I've got to have a discussion with my mom. YouTube isn't a scientist or an expert. It's YouTube. Because when I say it's YouTube, it's like, first of all, two things. Whenever you send me an internet video or a YouTube video, two things I ask. Who made it? What's their agenda? So if you get through the first question, oh, it's an expert that made it, great. What agenda does this expert have? Because an expert can still have an agenda and can put in all of the nice big words and the scientific words, but they have an agenda. So those are the two questions to ask whenever someone sends you an internet video. Who made this video? And what's their agenda? So the key thing is, I want to know the person who made this video and what they're about. Are they really an objective voice? But the issue now is because of the internet. Sorry, no, I'm just looking at that. Because of the internet, people's belief in conspiracy theories are just going to rise up more and more and more and more. And I think that's the danger. And I blame the internet because information is so readily available. And guys, there is so much BS. There is so much BS on the internet that it just rapidly comes upon you. There's so much BS on the internet that it just rapidly comes upon you. So once you have so much BS coming at you, it's very hard to now decipher the real stuff. That's why I try and stay away from the internet. And again, you see, that's especially for older people, and that's why the internet is so hard. That's why I try and say to my mom that my mom, be careful, because the internet gets people who are gullible or newbies. Because my mom is now pretty much like a newbie on the internet. So I say to my mom that 99% of those videos that you see are BS. They are BS, and that's how scams happen. All this things about this guy marrying this prince and his wife and so forth. That's how these scams happen. These scams happen like that, man. So that's the thing, man. Let me just see what comments you guys are saying, man. Let's see. Conspiracy theory is a term created by the CIA. Wait, how so? How do you mean by it was created by the CIA? So, HH, have you watched the movie Elysium? And do you think what happened in the movie, where basically the rich people leave Earth and form their own society and leave the poor and middle? Bro, it could happen. It could happen. I mean, again, there's so many different things to talk about. That's another video right now. The class, the rich and the poor, and how that whole thing is now going to be increased, But I mean, it's a wild story, but yeah, I mean, look, even now, like this is a perfect example of how the poor are getting so screwed over, and the rich are being taken care of, so forth. But guys, remember, like, I mean, look, if there's anything you want me to talk about, let me even hit this up in there. you could always email your boy, man. I mean, I'll put my email in the description box. But if there are any specific topics you want your boy to hit, always you can email. That's my email, my halfhopepot@gmail.com. That's the halfhopepot email. So if there are any discussion topics, theories, things, or stuff that you want me to do and everything, just hit me up in that's my email. Email my halfhopepot@gmail.com. That is my email, halfhopepot@gmail.com. But just to round up upon this one is that people need to just be smarter. And people just need to be much more intelligent. Like, I'll admit to it, when I was young, when I was in my teens, one of my weaknesses is that I am very gullible. And I will raise my hands up. That is and that's something I've worked hard on. I'll believe anything. If someone told me that, yo, bro, an alien spaceship landed yesterday, I'm like, oh, geez, man, they're aliens, man. All right, let's pop, baby, let's pop. Speaking of which, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm black. If I see an alien, I'm running. Like, this is the movies. You know, it gets with like, I see an alien and I go towards an alien. If I see an alien, I'm running the opposite. I'm like, oh, cool, alien, man. Let me run in the opposite direction. Chill. But what I've tried to work hard on is to be less gullible. I'm working very hard right now to be less gullible, and just to sort of question things, really question things and really try to critique things. And people are too quick to believe things. And you know why people are quick to believe things? Because they want to believe it. People want to believe that, no, the government created this. The government are setting this up. The government are screwing over. They want to believe that without any real evidence. They just want to believe that. And it's slightly into the religious area, but we'll leave that to one side. So let's roll right now to the final topic, which is manga versus anime. I'm almost done. I am almost done. How much do I have? Actually, I have a little bit here. I'm almost done, man. Manga versus anime. The book versus the film. The graphic novel versus the comic book movie. There is a difference. And one isn't better than the other. It's like, for instance, I don't even need to read the Lord of the Rings book. Those films are better than the books. Facts. Those films are better than the books. And I can tell right now that those Godfather films are better than the books as well. I'm sure the books are good. I bet anything the Godfather films are better than the books. Put some respect on Harry Potter. Put some respect on J.K. Rowling, man, because for some reason, my mom gave me the third book. I don't know why. My mom gave me the third book, Prisoner of Azkaban. And when I was reading Harry Potter, the way I viewed Harry, Ron, and Hermione is completely different from how they were depicted in the films. Because I remember when the first film came out, me and my sister went to go and watch it because my sister took me and everything. So when I watched it, I was about to say, wait a minute, that's not what Harry looks like. What is it? Ron was similar. I was like, that's not how Hermione looks like. But then I was like, wait a minute, no. Just my imagination of how I felt that they would be is just different from how they were depicted. And if the characters just don't have the same energy as that, you're like, boom. So it just comes to this, Naruto. So I have heard about Naruto for ages, for years. Like literally, before I was even doing my whole anime thing, I knew about Naruto, whether it was like from adverts online. It was like Naruto. Everybody was just sort of talking about this. I was like, man, what is this whole thing? But I was like, look, man, anime just ain't my thing and everything. But then when I was like, I decided, you know what, let me just try and get into anime because everybody was saying, yo, man, you need to get into anime, you need to get into this stuff. So I was like, look, man, these guys are saying I should get into this stuff. So, all right, I'll do it. So when I watched the first episode, I was like, what the bloody hell is going on? I was confused. I was like, what the bloody hell is going on here? I have no idea what the hell is going on here. And then I looked at the amount of episodes and I was like, Jesu Christi. There's just too many episodes. Like, okay, look, man, let me just chill. Let me just go through my other stuff and stuff. So then I went to my comic book store because I always go to my local comic books. And guys, by the way, I'm this whole lockdown, hopefully, touch wood, when we get out of this lockdown, one of the first things I want to do is go to my comic book store, man. Just to go to my comic book store and just go there. Because even just reading this, I forgot just how much I just love comics. Look, books are cool, but there's nothing like pretty pictures and just things. Like there's nothing like just having a comic and just reading it. It's just it's a great feeling. So so when you come into the comic book store, like the manga section is there. So I was like, okay, let me just look through the manga section because I got the One Punch Man manga because I just wanted to just read the manga as well. But I was like, I said, okay, so okay, Naruto. Like, okay, you know what? It's too many episodes for me to get into, and time is precious. Let me take the manga and let me just get a general idea of the story. So I can be like, okay, if the story is interesting enough, then maybe I'll then jump into the anime. Bro, as soon as I started to read this stuff, I was like, man, this is really interesting. But the key thing is this. The way I view and my feeling of Naruto in this manga isn't the same feeling I have viewing the anime. Because I always say, I don't know, it's something to me like, you see, even whenever I think of characters or I draw characters, there's something I just really like short people. And there's something about someone being short because I like the whole me against the world and the David versus Goliath thing. And it's a small thing. I think he makes a point here, like your boy, what's his name? Masashi Kishimoto. Like Masashi Kishimoto, he makes a point of making him small. And he really feels like this guy, this is a short dude here. But in the anime, he's actually like almost average height. And for me, that's a big thing. It's my whole thing with Wolverine. Wolverine being short is a big thing. So when just reading this manga, I already have I'm really into the story. I'm like, oh my god, this is really interesting because it's like, wow, this is about ninja stuff, the ninja concepts, the kind of psychologists of being a ninja and all the kind of stuff, and just finishing between the characters. Like, okay, this is cool. But the thing though is that your imagination is very different from when the stuff is given to you. See, when you watch a film or a cartoon or an anime, there's no imagination. Everything is there. But whenever you're reading a book or you're looking at like a comic or something, you then imagine how they will move, how they will talk, how they will feel like and everything. And even for me, I have my own imagination. Oh yeah, I think I know how Naruto would operate and how he would talk. So it's a different kind of feel, man. It's a different kind of feel. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, don't say, yeah, guys. You see, that's why I don't even want to read the comments, man. Don't spoil the stuff, man. Come on, guys, don't spoil the stuff because I'm really getting into this stuff, man. And the issue is that this is only, I think this is volume 1 to 3. This is only for volume 1, 1, 2. I mean, look at this dude, man. I mean, look at his face, man. And actually, I don't know. I haven't saved this whole thing, man. What's it called? No, where is this? Yeah, that's a cool thing. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's like it's different. No, but what I've decided to do is all of the, and I think this is actually probably the best way. So all of the, see, there was a great fight where I'm like, man, I want to see this in anime form because because the fight is so dynamic and there's so many things happening. I'm like, it's quite hard to depict it in still format. So I'm like, wow, let me see how they did this in anime form, because this guy was like in a water things was going through. They were doing different things, doppelgangers. Like, oh, geez, what the heck? So, yeah, you see, that's what guys have said. That is that only problem with Naruto anime is fillers. And guys, I don't have time for fillers, but I really don't have time for fillers. And see, that's the thing, man. Is like, look, I don't begrudge anybody for liking the Harry Potter films, man, but they're not that great, bro. I think I watched two or three, and Gary Oldman was in the third one. But for me, it's like, I mean, yeah, they are. I mean, from okay, look, they are. Okay, if you like it, but I feel they are a bit overrated because for me, the books are better because the books are just deep. They've not done anything apart from great special effects. Like the special effects are great. I don't think they've done anything radically more interesting in the thingamajig than what you saw in the books. But you see, that's why I'm really waiting for Dune. I'm really waiting for Dune because, guys, you can make an amazing. You can make three amazing films from Dune. It's just that it's quite hard to make it good. So I don't know whether Denis Villeneuve is the dude. I don't know whether he's the dude, but you can make some quality stuff. I think because I think Ridley Scott was wanted to do Dune, but when you read Dune the book, you're like, this is tricky because there's some tricky, quite complex visual concepts there. So it's quite tricky. But for me, reading the stuff was just better, man. Oh man, what the heck? So, anime ruins everything in real life. Well, no. For me, look, see, this is why I say to myself that because a lot of anime that I watch, I'm always like, man. So even for me right now, it's like now I want to now read. This is why I'm so pissed off with this lockdown because for me, Death Notes that should be done by manga. No, for me, I would rather read the manga of Death Note than watch the anime. See, anime is for stuff like Akira, Ninja Scroll, One Punch Man, or other action-oriented stuff. For stuff that is where it's deep into the story. Because remember, guys, adaptation is so key. Adaptation is key. And the key to adapting something is knowing what to leave out, knowing what to bring in, and bringing something new to the table. That is the art of adaptation. The reason why, again, I just watched Batman recently. The reason why the what's it called? The reason why the Batman film by Tim Burton was so good because it was so adapted well. Because Tim Burton knew that I can't put a dude in gray pajamas on a cinema screen. That's just stupid. I can't do it. I cannot put a dude with gray pajamas on a cinema screen. I've got to make it black. I've got to make him black. So, and I've got to make this thing much more mysterious, far more mysterious than it already was. So I think some issues with anime is that sometimes they make the adaptations far too literal. And if you're making the adaptations far too literal, then that's where it becomes problematic. That's where it becomes problematic, man. So yeah, man, it's like, look, I just think that it is too crazy for me, especially when guys are saying that there are filler episodes and everything. It is too insane and crazy for me to literally go through an entire run of this whole thing. That's just madness. That's just madness. But what I will do is that because I now have the manga, I'm like, okay, I want to see this section. I want to see this, and that's what I've been doing. I'm like, yeah, I want to see this fight. I want to see how they did this. I want to see how they depicted this different things. But even already, like, I can't remember what it was. It's like I think it's when Naruto meets this young boy, and the way that I read it, it was done completely differently when it was done in the anime form. Even the way that the boy was, even the way that Naruto related to the boy, the way it was done there, it was completely different to how it was done in the anime. So yeah, man, no, because yeah, like I think, and for me, I see this is what I believe. I believe that probably if I was watching the Naruto anime, it would be tough to get through. Because I'll be like, okay, that's good stuff. Okay, wait, what's the stuff? As you guys said, filler episodes. And for me, you can't call a show and everything amazing if there's filler. Again, people will call me crazy and say I'm a broken record. One Punch Man has no filler. It's like boom, 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 boom. Every episode. Every there's not a single boring episode. Everything's like boom, 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 sharp, 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 boom. I know what the funny thing is. It's the funny thing. See, One Punch Man, that has to be anime. And the reason why One Punch Man works in anime is because it's not only action orientated, it's a simple story. It's a dude who just beats up guys with one punch, and it's a comedy, and it's a very simplistic, clever comedy. So that was great in anime. So even when I was reading the manga, I was like, okay, this is cool, but the anime, I want to see this in real now. So, but with Naruto, because Naruto is more story based. There's a lot of story there, and there's a lot of stuff about ninja mythos and everything, which is great. Because look, bro, I love ninjas. I don't know whether we're gonna do this again. I don't know how many of you guys watched American Ninja, Kubudera, Ninja Magic. How many of you guys can do this? Can you do this? Again, look, it's old school, man. I'm from the 80s, man. It's called American Ninja 2, Kubudera, Ninja Magic. Okay, this ninja dudes, man. And look, what's it called? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. TMN, TMNT, Ninja Powers, all that stuff. So no. I mean, like, look, and the pissed off thing is that once I'm done with this, I've got another manga, which is All You Need Is Kill, which is oh gosh, what's it called? Oh, Edge of Tomorrow. That was what Edge of Tomorrow was done because see, when from you guys, I don't know about you, Edge of Tomorrow I thought was a amazing film, truly amazing film, and it reminded us why Tom Cruise is the GOAT, but an amazing concept, a truly amazing concept. And it was so good. I said, no, let me read the manga because it was obviously based off the manga called All You Need Is Kill. So what I did is, so yeah, I got the manga. I'm not read that yet, but I'm going to read that after I'm done reading this, So, and then I'll see how, because I know that the manga will be very different from it because already you could know that like the Edge of Tomorrow focus much more on the excitement of it. But I think the manga will obviously go much more into the psychology of this whole thing of you repeating this set thing again and again and again and again and again. But yeah, man, like I just think it's the key thing is adaptation, but also some things work well as a book, some things work well in real life. For me, Harry Potter, Harry Potter could have worked well as a film. I just don't think that the key thing with Harry Potter, I just think that the casting of those three dudes is so key. It is so key. And I just don't think they picked the particularly right people. That's just the issue. All right, guys, man. Look, man. It's your main man here. Remember, man, if you want to email your boy, my Hufflepuff, I'll take a few questions. I'll take a few questions now before I get out of here and build up to this De Bruyne against Pogba thing. But remember, guys, if there's any suggestions you want, any things you want me to talk about, email your boy, myhalfhopehot@gmail.com, myhalfhopehot@gmail.com. Email your boy for any kind of suggestions and all that crap you want. So I'll take some questions, man. Hit me with some questions, man. Hit me with some questions, man. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. I'll take a few questions here. Hit me with some cues, man. Hit me with some cues. They said sci-fi is so still these days. People forget it's a setting, not the theme. No. I mean, look, it's the key to sci-fi is two things. The theme. What theme are you talking about? What moral, ethical theme are you talking about? Because that is the basis of science fiction. Science fiction is that there has to be a moral dilemma, a moral theme, and you have to create a world. You have to create a world, which was always my issue with Inception. My issue with Inception was cool, great concept. The world was crap. Like you have to, Like Inception, like wait, how are you entering this guy's dreams? Why you just press a button and so forth? Where is the sexiness? Where are the wires? Where are you explaining the device or the dimensions of how you insert and enter someone's dream? So basically, Inception did not look sexy enough, and also it was just trying to be too cool. It was just trying to be far too overcomplicated, man. And everything. It was just trying to overcomplicate itself. Um, do you think they butchered the Luke Skywalker character? Yes, they did. Yes, they did, man. They Last Jedi is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's saying something. Last Jedi is so bad. It is so horrible. It is so egregious that I still haven't watched Knives Out. And apparently Knives Out is supposed to be a very good film. But obviously that brick, Anna de Armas, is in it. I know she's attractive. So I know you can't call an attractive actress a brick. I know, but I do because I'm HH. So screw you. But yeah, like they made Luke Skywalker a bumbling bomb in Last Jedi. He was a bumbling bomb. Seriously, he was a bumbling bomb. The disrespect they showed him was egregious. Absolutely egregious, absolutely disgraceful. And that was people's anger. How they treated him, how he was written, and how his story was resolved at the end of Last Jedi was a complete and utter disgrace. I mean, apart from the film being crap, I was like, wait. This is one of the most beloved characters in all of pop culture. There are you cannot name many characters more beloved than Luke Skywalker. You can't. You can't. I can't. Bro, name me which characters in pop culture are more beloved than Luke Skywalker. You can't think of them, man. You can't think of them. Um, do you believe in aliens and Halo over Star Wars? I I'm gonna save that for another stream. I won't answer that now. I'm gonna save that for another stream because it's a complex answer to that question. And Halo over Star Wars. Star Wars is overrated. Sorry, Star Wars is overrated. And I'll say this right now. I'll tell this right now. The world of Halo is more interesting and more exciting than the world of Star Wars. Okay, what does Star Wars have? Ewoks, X-wings. What else? Like the world of Star Wars. How interesting is the world of Star Wars really? Okay, so what? Lightsabers? What's Darth Vader? What's Dagobah? What's Tatooine? They basically remixed Tatooine in flipping four parts awakens. Halo. You've got the planets of Halo. You've got the Covenant. You've got the Elders. You've got the Ghosts. You've got Banshees. You've got different vehicles. You've got different races of that. You've got the history of the elites. You've got Master Chief. You've got the history of the Master Chief and the Spartan soldiers. The world of if James Cameron. This is one of my dreams. I've got many dreams. I've got many dreams. One of my dreams, if James Cameron directed Halo, Martin O'Donnell did the music. Your boy, what's his face? Your boy, Frank Darabont rates the script. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. If you give me that, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Are you worried about AI tracking, chipping that's coming soon? You see, whenever people say this stuff about, being tracked and you being followed and so forth, if you're not doing anything illegal, why should you be worried? Now, I'm a very private person, and I do appreciate I do appreciate what he does. I appreciate I appreciate my privacy. I truly appreciate my privacy. And because I appreciate my privacy, I am not worried. I am just obviously mindful of being tracked by AI and so forth. I'm just being worried, and I'm mindful being tracked by AI and so forth, man. But the whole thing about this is that when people say, "Oh no, me getting tracked," like if you're looking at underage porn, or you're planning an attack, or you're doing illegal stuff, then hell yeah, you should be worried. And I'm glad you should be worried, because so then if that's happening, oh man, then that's great. How many of you guys have watched Minority Report? Really good film. Really good film by starring Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg. So basically, in Minority Report, now it's a bit of a crazy concept. So in Minority Report, they pretty much say that what do they say in Minority Report again? So they say that they can predict crimes before the person commits it. So they can somehow go into the future and see if somebody's about to commit a crime. So that means that we can stop all the crimes and so forth. But now that just shows you, quality sci-fi, because it's asked you a question. It's a moral dilemma. But then say to yourself that, how can I be convicted of something that I haven't done? On one hand, you're like, this device, we believe that this gives us a full-on 99.9% accuracy of predicting someone's future actions, so we can stop a crime before that person commits it. But then you say to yourself that, if I haven't committed a crime, how can you arrest me for it if I didn't do the crime? So, that's just the whole thing. But if AI tracking can stop the pedophiles, the terrorists, the evil people, and so forth, oh, bro, it's then let's then let's ride. Then let's ride, man. Let's ride, man. What do you think of Shutter Island? Interesting. It was an interesting film, man. Again, for me, DiCaprio is a good actor. DiCaprio is a good actor, but I've never really rated. DiCaprio is overrated. That's what I say about this. Like DiCaprio, he is overrated. I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. Personally, I'm not saying he's a brick. Of course, he's not a brick, but he's not as good as people make him out to be, man. But it was a decent film. Interesting ending. Decent enough film, but not exactly one of Scorsese's best, man. All right, let's see. Yeah, man. Should Finn have been the main character? Then, look, was Star Wars really gonna cast a black dude as the main character? Let's keep it all the way out. Let's keep it all the way out. Were they really gonna cast a black character as flipping as the main character for Star Wars? Of course, Finn should have been. That's why I hate Force Awakens so much. Because when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my God, Finn is the main character. Oh, this is, because you know how amazing that story is? A stormtrooper who defects from the Empire, finds out he has the Force, and therefore becomes a Jedi against his former masters. That is an incredible story. Instead, we got a stormtrooper who defected. Lo and behold, found out that he was not a soldier. He was actually a cook. He was a bumbling oaf, a bumbling idiot, comedic relief, completely stupid, and was of no use. Hence why Finn was trash and garbage. I hate Star Wars. Just want to know, I hate Star Wars with every fiber of my being, man. Did you watch Matsy or Donald on the Actman on YouTube? I think I heard something about this. But email me the link. In case I forget, email me the link and I'll check it out. Email me the link and I'll check it out. But I think I heard something about that, man. I think I heard something about that. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying, man. What's this trash? Yeah, you see, I haven't seen this. I haven't actually seen. I mean, I kept on looking at adverts for it, but I haven't seen this. Now, look, I am not. You see, I appreciate Guy Ritchie, man. I appreciate Guy Ritchie. I really appreciate Guy Ritchie. I always, I mean, because you know what? I liken Guy Ritchie to Wes Anderson. I'm not a fan of their films, but I appreciate their artistry and how unique they are. And that's always cool, you know. So, but I think the issue is that the gentleman looks like Snatch and what was it called, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So the issue with Gary Ritchie is that he keeps on doing the same kind of film again and again and again, and that's what I don't really appreciate about directors. That why I like Aronofsky so much is that if you look at all Aronofsky's films, they are so different genres, different styles, different approach. It's so hard for you to believe that the guy who did The Wrestler is the same guy who did Mother and is the same guy who did Pie. Let's say Aronofsky has to be one of the goats, man. Do women want to be lied to? I've learned it doesn't work to tell them the truth. It's complex. It's complex, you know, but I always say that there is something known as the loaded truth because life isn't 1 + 1 = 2, you know. But it is true that telling the truth all the time doesn't really work. You just have to be mindful of the lie that you're telling. Where he says, is it really a lie or is it not really a lie? Because and this just a fact because life isn't 1 + 1 = 2. Because if 1 + 1 = 2, then it's like, oh, tell the truth all the time. It's like to your child, you're not supposed to tell your child the truth all the time. There's just some truths that you can't tell them. Same thing for women. There's some truths that they don't even want to know. Now, they may say they may want to know that's truth, but when you tell them, they're like, man, why did you tell me that? So you can't be binary of like, oh no, I must tell the truth all the time. No, because the whole thing about life is about being tactical, about being smart, about being cunning, man. So so you have to be, you know, and look, I've learned about this way because again, talking to women, my sister, aunts, and so forth. It's because actually, I always say women are way more psychological than guys. They're way more psychological than guys. I say women have a higher emotional intelligence than guys. I say for guys, we are much more about boom, 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 boom. Like basically, there's this funny thing that someone sends me. They said like these are like the different emotions between men and guys. So they sense like a man's emotions is like, you know, he's happy, he's hungry, he's angry, and that's it, it's sadness. But if you look at a woman's emotions, there are about 50 emojis because women go through about 50, 60 emotions throughout a whole day. So when you're dealing with someone who is highly emotional, that's what you think about. You're dealing with someone who is highly emotional. Telling the truth all the time isn't really the best thing to do. You have to be able to read the situation. But for guys, it's like, see, when you're dealing with guys, no, telling the truth is the best way to roll because it's like about boom. Because guys are just straight in your face, logical and stuff, man. So, but yeah, guys, but look, man, we're chilling here and so forth. How are you guys dealing with this self-isolation? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing to preoccupy yourself? Like, what kind of activities are you engaging yourselves with? You know, what are you? Because I always say, like, look, man, this is a great time. This is my thing to you. This is a great time to be creative. This is a great time to be creative and to be industrious and to learn something. Don't miss this opportunity, especially if you don't have school. Oh, do you know how lucky some of you are that you, what I would give to have 6 months off school? Because I told you, I hated school. I hated school. I was an academic. I wasn't horrible at academics, but I wasn't the greatest academically. So you could argue that, yeah, I was an academic brick. I was an academic brick. But yeah, but this is such a great time to be creative and to try and look inwards into yourself and see what kind of things can I do. Pick up something new. Pick up something new. Say, okay, what is something that I haven't even tried or haven't done? Which is why a lot of people are learning a new language. You know, learning a new language. If you want to be brave, like pick up an instrument, try and learn to play the guitar, trying to learn to play the piano or something. So it is very important that you use this time to try and do something. And just like for me, like I've always been a dude that I always try and keep creative. Always try and keep creative. I told you, like before this whole thing, I wanted to be an actor. Acting was acting. I was going to be an actor. And hopefully, when this whole lockdown thing stops, me and this other dude, we are planning to try and make a short film. We are planning to try and make a short film. So like, acting was my thing, man. So I've always sort of like said, I've always tried to keep myself occupied and not keep creating and be doing stuff, whether it's like writing films, filming stuff, and even that's why, especially doing this whole football hot stuff and this content is actually keeping my mind. Oh my gosh, Hazem's in the building. Hazem has found me. Your boy Hazem has found me. Hazem, man, bro, chill, man. Just look, man. I'll beat your ass on thingy, man. Look, yeah, no, Hazem, no, look. I think we should definitely do a vid, man. We have to definitely do a vid very soon. We have to do a vid very soon. And I want to pick your brain on some. Again, I'm not a political dude, but you know what I always say? People always say, "Oh no, you should never really do politics," because politics is yeah, no, not talk politics. But guys, politics is life. Like politics is life. So by the virtue of you living and existing in this world, you're already involved in politics. Like your way of life is somehow and some way political. So that's the thing. You and your guys are some people political, man. You, man, look, I think BDCO has his own channel now, bro. And yeah, so I think he's just out there trying to do stuff on his own channel and everything, which is cool. So but I think BDCO is definitely doing his own channel, man. But see, this is what I don't get. Is like, so you say that you hate politics. But see, when you say you hate politics, it's in terms of where do you come from? See, for me, like, I hate politicians, and I hate the bullcrap that happens around politicians because politicians lie, and I don't believe in submitting yourself to a leader. All that stuff about Obama, that's all crap. All right, have some self-respect of yourself and stop putting your dreams inside another person. A president is just a flipping figurehead. It's a social construct. Okay. But when I say politics, I mean your view. Everybody has a political view. It is impossible. Even if you don't have any view, that's a political view. If you say, oh, no, I don't believe in anything, I'm an atheist, I believe in peace and war, that's a political view. You're basically like the Green Party. So every single person is involved in politics some way because everybody has a theory. If you have a philosophy of living, a viewpoint of living, that is a political view. That's a political view. That's what I told you. In England, because we have complete bricks and morons in power, I voted for the Green Party. Because I say, you know what, I recycle thanks to my brother. I am, I do want to keep the environments, nice and clean and healthy. Because again, why do we have to scrub the environment? Okay, all right, let's save this environment, bro. Let's save this environment. So I saw Bad Boys 3 yesterday. But Maya Watson and Will Smith, there was something special there. Oh, you haven't seen 1 or 2? Bro, Bad Boys 1 is the best. Like, Bad Boys 1 is a really good film. I think it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, You see, me and Machine, we need to do like a top 10 comedy. For sure. We need to do like a top 10 comedy for sure. But oh no, Bad Boys is a classic. Bad Boys is a full-on classic, bro. For sure. And it's probably for me, I think it's Michael Bay's favorite film. Best film. People say that Michael Bay's best film is The Rock. Nah. No way. Mm. Who's it? Movies, games, online work, and try to be creative with any language and speak a lot more. Yeah, no, look, as I said to you, my prediction, my recommendation, Samoso, is push your creativity. Because people who still say that they're not creative, don't accept what people view you as. Don't accept what society labels you as. If you never try, how do you know? If you've never tried to be creative, if you've never tried to play the piano, if you've never tried to draw, if you've never tried to rap, if you've never tried to write a story or to write a book, then how do you know? Like, people, I am surprised by how people rarely push themselves, and people just accept their role. Because see, this is my thing. If you try and you fail, I respect you. If you never even tried, I have no respect for you. I will always have respect for people who tried but they failed. There's nothing wrong with failure, because not everyone can do everything. But you pushed yourself, you tried, you took the risk, you put yourself out there. So the key thing is always putting yourself out there to say what's up, man. And guys, I tell you, man, the naps I've had, because for me, I am I can't sleep at night. I have no idea. I haven't had a good night's sleep in about 6-7 years. I don't know. Like, for me, I can't sleep. Even last night, I had maybe about 1 hour sleep. Because what happens is that I sleep late and I wake up early, and I just start doing some stuff. Then I just take a nap. But because for me, nighttime is when my mind really works. Is when my mind is the most active. I don't know why. Like, nighttime is just how I roll. Because I think when I used to live with my brothers and stuff, we would stay up for like hours just talking. We'd stay up for hours just talking about the deepest philosophical stuff. So we'd go from like 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. I remember there was one whole holiday that we spent in the house where so obviously in England, you have like this winter timetable. I'm sure guys from England will know. Like, I think Sammy and some other and guys here are like in England. So we have this whole thing where like, no, we look. I'm not English, bro. So in England, so we have this thing where like in the winter time, it's nighttime a lot early. So it will be nighttime around. So around about 4 p.m. it will be nighttime, and then it gets dark a lot earlier. So there was one holiday that we had where we never saw sunlight. So so we would wake up at 4 p.m. It would be dark, live and exist all the way to like 6 a.m. 7 a.m. when it's still dark. Then sleep all the way from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and wake up and it's still. So we were full on vampires for like a whole holiday and everything, man. So I think that's just why I think I'm half a vampire. I think I'm actually half a vampire, It's well done. But yeah, like for me, I don't do mornings. I don't do my so whenever I had to go to the office in the morning, I literally like I my brain wasn't functioning. So whenever the guys in my office were like yap yap yap, I'm like, bro, I don't know what the hell you're saying, man, because I'm asleep. Um all right, I put out a tweet. I put a little tweet. I put I put a little tweet. I said that how good is Avatar the Last Airbender really? How good is the Last Airbender really, man? And everyone basically forward threatened to beat me up. Forward threatened to beat me up when I said that how good is us the Airbender really? Basically, I thought like when this thing was happening, my good friend, this dude was obsessed about it. He was obsessed, but I just never got into because I about to say, well, man, these guys they have all these American accents and everything. Then I watched the film, which is one of the worst films of all time. The last Airbender film by Shyamalan is one of the worst films of all time, but I already knew that it was a horrible adaptation. Getting back to adaptation, but it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, and I have no excuse. So I will sit down and I will watch Avatar, the last Brickbender. No, I mean Avatar, the last Airbender with Ong. Or is this Ong or Ang? Ang, you know. But what I do know is that I remember it was a very good intro. The intro was very good though. The intro was very good. It was that see, I was worried because I was like, okay, this looks a bit cheesy. This looks a bit cheesy. So as long as it's not cheesy, I'm down because I don't do well with cringe or cheesiness, man. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it because my friend swears by it. It's one of my friend's favorite cartoon shows of all time, and he keeps saying to me that no, bro, you have to watch it. You have to watch it. So yeah, look, I will. And everyone has said this is amazing. Everyone has said it's amazing. So I will give it a flipping watch, man. I'll give it a flipping watch, man. Uh, no, no, this is hard, man. Yeah. So you might not be interested in politics, but politics is interested in you for sure, man. For sure, man. That is real, man. That's what I'm saying. So what was I saying, man? But yeah, I will view also that's a Benema for sure. So say, was Ilya Kazan the best at working with actors? Did he have the best actor, or was it a bit of both that makes performance in his film stand out? Yes, yeah. I actually want to see. I want to do like a film. Because again, look, I was never a professional actor. Just guys, chill. But I was in film, And again, one of my good friends, you could argue he's a professional director. My Japanese friend, shout out to my boy Tai Chi out there. He's a professional director and everything. So, um, I do think I know like a bit about film. I did a little short acting course. I've been in numerous short films, I've written scripts and everything. So I want to maybe do videos, just giving me insights into films. As I told you, like my love for film is the same as football. It's literally identical. I can watch 4 or 5 films back to back, easy, easy. Just that now I've got things to do. But like, let's say if I've got a day, I've not got anything to do, I can easily watch 4 or 5 films back to back, easy. Like when I was young, because we used to stay in the house a lot, I just used to watch films again. I've watched Batman, the 1989 film, probably about 50 or 60 times. Easy. You know, like Reloaded, Batman, T2, I've watched these films each about 30 or 40 times. Crazy. I can watch Batman on repeats again and again. So, but I think that in the director that is probably best for actors, I think it's probably someone like a Tarantino. Because Tarantino is very particular with his words, and I think he definitely wants actors to really express themselves. Because see, you have to remember, directors who are also actors are really good because they know the right buttons to press. Because again, I heard this stuff about David Fincher, where David Fincher, yeah, was Mark Ruffalo. This was on the set of Zodiac, where Mark Ruffalo was like, bro, man, like, David Fincher is not worried about the performance. All he cares about is just the look, the image, the visuals. That's why they say David Fincher will have about 50 takes, 60 takes. Even if it's fine, he do about 60 takes. But this dude beats Takeshi, who's a Japanese director. One take, if it's good, move on. So yeah, I mean, I think Tarantino is definitely good. I heard that Spielberg isn't great with working with actors, though. That's what I found, which I found quite interesting. But an actor that I spoke to who worked with Spielberg said that yes, Spielberg is like, no, do it this way. That's it. It's only this way, and that's you. You can't do it any other way. I swear there's a director I must be missing who's really good with actors and who gets really good performances from actors. Because I think what you want is a balance. Because obviously, as a director, you want a vision. But for me, who used to do acting, I love the freedom to go a certain way and to improvise. So I think for an actor, you want a director that allows you to sort of, all right, we try this way, try it your way. You see, a great one for actors, Spike Lee. Spike Lee. I mean, you can just tell that in Spike Lee films, he really allows the actors just to play. And he really allows the actors just to really, just really go out there. And for me, I don't think Spike Lee is the kind of dude that be like, no, do it this way. I think he's the kind of guy where, if he brings something new and interesting, he's happy to use it. So whenever you look at Spike Lee films, there is so much life in the characters that he brings. So it's amazing, man. Oh, Ramadan, bro. Happy Ramadan. Because I actually saw Pogba posted a video, man. So yeah, a happy Ramadan to all of my Muslim brothers out there, man. All my Muslim brothers out there, a happy Ramadan. And I hope you guys have a good celebration, man. Happy Ramadan to you all, bro. Do you think Marvel can continue its success after Endgame? Well, yeah, I think we're talking about this briefly. And it's so funny. It's so aptly named, and that's why I was so interested to see how that Black Widow film would do. Spider-Man doesn't count because remember, Spider-Man it came just after Endgame, but look, Spider-Man 3 is gutter trash. So is Amazing Spider-Man 2. They still made bank. Spider-Man can still make bank with garbage films. Imagine if you actually made an Amazing Spider-Man film, which they haven't made by the way. I don't care what you guys say. Spider-Man 2 ain't great. Spider-Man 2 is overrated. I said it. Spider-Man 2 is overrated. Can Marvel continue its success after Endgame? It depends. It depends because I think someone asked this yesterday. It depends on the route they go. Do you know what was so key for Marvel's success? Yes. How they planned everything, how it was controlled was good. But the key was that first film. That first film was key because it set the tone. So and once you had like a Downey Jr. there, you're like, because think about this. Compare Downey Jr. to Gal Gadot, who is gutter trash. I don't give a damn how good she looks. She's a garbage crap actress. Ben Affleck, who is one of the worst actors of all time, and Henry Cavill, who is like a statue. So that's what. Okay, yeah, okay. Look, don't forget because this is not about Marvel DDC. Who is leading this next phase? That's important. What was so amazing for this Marvel phase was the bedrock was Downey Jr., who is a very good actor. Watch Chaplin and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Chris Evans, who's an average actor, but that's just chief Oga casting. That's just the role of his life. It's like Keanu Reeves and Neo, like Chris Evans and Captain America is just great casting. But Danny Jr., you are just a very good actor, a very strong actor from the old school. So even if you have stuff like Thor, where you have that useless brick Chris Hemsworth, Even if Thor flopped, you always knew that, man, we still have Downey Jr. and we still have Captain America. And then when you saw Avengers and when you saw, because really Avengers and Civil War and all this stuff, it was really carried by these two titans that were Captain America and Iron Man, Chris Evans and Downey Jr. So once you now take those people away, because for me, bro, all you've got is Spider Man. I ain't watching a Black Widow film, man. Call me sexist all you want. I don't give a damn. I'm not watching a Black Widow film. It's not happening. I'm not paying money to watch a film starring Scarlett Johansson, who I've had an issue with since flipping thingy. Cast a better actress. Okay. Okay. Put in a Kate Blanchett. Put in an Emma Stone. Then I'll roll. Scarlett Johansson, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. So it depends on who they have leading the next phase and who they have leading the next pack. That's the thing. It depends on who they have leading the next pack to come through, man. Brie Larson is a no. You mean Brick Larson? That's what you mean. Brick Larson is what you mean, man. Brick Larson. No. She's a decent actress, but I will not watch Captain Marvel because after I heard what they did to after I heard what they did to Brie Larson. So once after I heard what they did to Nick Fury in Captain America, Captain Marvel, no way, hell no, because they messed with my dude, man. They'll mess with my dude. The David Fincher tier 1 director. He's upper tier 2. He's upper tier 2. See, for me, tier 1 is you see, tier 1 is Nolan. That's the tier 1 is, see, for me, Chief is Aronofsky. See, Chief Oga is Aronofsky. Tier 1 is, no. Sorry. What am I doing? Tier 1 is Scorsese. Scorsese is tier 1. Spielberg is still tier 1. Ridley Scott is tier 1. David Fincher, Fincher and Nolan are upper tier 2. They're upper tier 2, I can't put Fincher on the same level as Scorsese. I can't do that. I can't put Fincher on the same level as Tarantino. I can't do that. I can't do that. See, for me, I think Tarantino might be a chief. Tarantino might be a chief. The only bona fide chief is Aronofsky. Nobody is sniffing Aronofsky, bro. Nobody's sniffing Aronofsky, bro. If they make a Miles Morales movie, I will officially boycott all Marvel films. I've already semi-boycotted Marvel films, but if I open up the internet thing or I read that they're making a Miles Morales movie, then I'm done with Marvel. Then I'm just fully done. Then it's like, you know what? Cheers, I'm out. I was like, oh yeah, cool. I'm done. I'm fully done because, guys, why was Miles? Please tell me, why was Miles Morales created? For what reason? Why? For what? Why do we need a new Spider-Man? That's I want okay, let me ask you. Okay, please, guys, tell me this. Why do we have a new version of Spider-Man? We don't have a new version of Superman or a new version of Batman. Why? For what reason? Why can't you just make a new character? It's like, okay, you've got Batman, now you've got Robin, now you've got Nightwing. Cool. Why do we have to have Spider-Man is synonymous with Peter Parker? That's the link, Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So the very concept of a Miles Morales movie for me is stupid. Is absolutely and utterly stupid, man. So it's utterly stupid, man. It's like I've always said, Miles Morales is white guilt. That's what it reeks of white guilt of. Oh man, let's try and appeal to the minorities. bro, I'm black, but I love Peter Parker, who's white. Like Peter Parker is my dude. Like, yes, but please create a new character. I don't need, I don't need to be appeased by because I'm black and I'm a fan of Spider-Man. You need to make a black version of Spider-Man for me to feel wanted. What? It's like it's for me. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, man. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, man. Um, yeah, it's like yeah, no, it's stupid, man. So are blacks eating Chinese food at this time racist? Hmm. Why would they be racist though? You see, if blacks were not eating Chinese food at this time, then maybe you would consider that being racist. But if blacks are eating Chinese food at this time, why would they be racist? You know? Um, but it's funny thing that you bring up again. Thank you for the super chats, the real deal, man. Thank you for the super chats, guys. And remember, guys, you donate to your boy. Donate to your boy. Help with the channel. Have a football, have up sorts. Throw in those donations, those super chats. It helps your boy live, breathe, and eat and have these drinks, man. So thank you for the super chat, bro. I'm always happy. I thank you for the contributions. Now, I'll keep it real. I'll keep it all the way 100 with you, man. There's a Chinese. So around March, when this whole thing was popping off, there's a Chinese restaurant near where I live, and and when this whole thing was popping off, I was about to say, "Oh damn, should I actually be eating this Chinese food?" It's like, bro, if this thing came through, China and everything, should I really be eating this Chinese food? Wait a minute. How dumb is that? It's like, what are the chances that a Chinese restaurant in London would have food that comes from Wuhan? What are the chances of that? Like the chances of that happening is crazy. There is no chance in 6 hells I am touching anything from Wuhan. Because I already said before, if I'm a president, anything from Wuhan is banned. Okay, so anything from Wuhan is banned. I ain't. My mom sent me a vid. My mom sent me a vid. And also, this is a little thing with your mothers. You know, sometimes your mothers just send this. I say to my mom, don't send me a picture of like a fox's eyeballs being ripped out because that's a bit shocking. Fine, but my mom still sends it. So she sent me this vid, and this is just of this guy filming this. It's called the wet market in Wuhan, where they thought it originated from. I saw severed limbs, severed heads, and dogs and stuff like that being crouched up in cages. There was blood, streams of blood on the floor, on the ground. This was the most unsanitized, unhealthy environment I've ever seen in my life. I've ever seen in my life. So when I viewed that, I said to myself that there is no chance in hell. Like they should already be like a full-on ban of any items coming from Wuhan. Anything from Wuhan, anything should. So basically, if you want to buy anything from Wuhan, go to Wuhan. Go there. Go to Wuhan and then go and buy the food from there. But nothing should leave Wuhan to come anywhere. There should be nothing that leaves Wuhan to come anywhere. So yeah, but you see, for me, this is my things like, because remember this is what I said before. Chinese food that is in the West is different from Chinese food in the East. So than Chinese food in China. Like Chinese food in China ain't great because people actually cook that first. It ain't great because everything in China is all boiled. But Chinese food in the West is popping off, man. Chinese food in the West is popping off. And guys, I am missing my local Chinese restaurant that was popping off across from my side because all the restaurants have been closed, you know? So, It's wild. Oh, your boy machine man was a said I'm boycotting all Chinese products. Sorry, time to shift the manufacturing to India. Bro, I mean that's the thing, man. It's like what's gonna happen, man? It's like um this may because you may see um so oh so you have a Nigerian friend, bro. Tell him to oh my gosh, home delivery. Oh my god, bro. Tell him that does he do international stuff? Tell him that does he do international delivery? Please tell him that whether he does international delivery to Mars, because I'm in Mars right now. Not in London, I'm in Mars. Tell him if he does international delivery to Mars, but tell him to roll up with pounded yam and egusi. Tell him to roll up with a jollof rice and moi moi. Tell him to roll up with, you know what, suya, if you know that. Either eba and suya. That's the thing. Tell him to roll up with those kinds of stuff, then we're good, man. Then we're good. But I would, I would literally, I would rip someone's face off for some Nigerian food right now. Oh my god, guys, I would literally rip someone's face off for some Nigerian food right now. Literally, I would, because I mean, all I have is flipping Gary. I don't know how many of you guys have had Gary. All I have is flipping Gary, man. Um, but man, oh, which one? So is wait, did he say which one that was? Is that Eba? No, bro. If he can roll with either because jollof is pretty easy to make. If he can give you pounded yam, I don't know whether there's like yam flour. Or if they give you pounded yam, whoo, bro, you're lucky, bro. Um, Van Damme or Annie acting wise. Whew, you have to go for Van Damme, guys. You will laugh. Van Damme isn't a bad actor. You see, a better thing would be Seagal or Annie. Now that'd be a lot harder. Van Damme isn't actually, but like if you watch some of Van Damme's more emotional films, just like Van Damme thinks he's a lot better than he truly is. Just like Van Damme, you're a martial artist. You kick people's heads for a living. But Van Damme, there's some like sorry, Van Damme was pretty good in Expendables too. I'll keep it real with you. Van Damme was pretty good in Expendables too. You know what I said? So Annie is okay. I get it. He's not a great actor, and Annie even knows he's not a great actor. But what I will say though is Annie's performance in Predator is underrated. Watch Predator again. Annie's performance in Predator is underrated. Of course, he has like if you like get to the chopper, get to the Dylan, come here, kill me, I'm here, kill me, I'm here, come on, kill me. You're one ugly mother. What the hell are you? But he has some strong scenes. He has some strong scenes. Not just get to the chopper, get to the chopper. I've got to watch Predator again. I've got to watch Predator again, man. Um, I've got to watch Predator again. I have to watch Predator again for sure. Actually, you know what I want to do, and this one is because there's now a member section for half ups or so. What I want to do is that create a member section and just have us view films. Just have us view some films um together. So like basically like a watch along. Yeah. Have like a watch along of specific films, and everything. I mean that would be cool though. So but I just need to just set that up and everything. So it'll be like a one man member tier. It's good videos, but we can watch some films together because guys, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you this right now, guys. The golden child. The golden child is GOAT tier. So right now, the golden child is GOAT tier, bro. It's flipping gold tier. So um Mm. Real deal again for the super chat, man. Real deal. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your donation to the half of swap, man. Very much obliged. HH, we boycotting. We are being targeted in China. I was speaking to my mom. Obviously, my mom is in Nigeria right now and everything. And my mom said that apparently, like, there were some, because obviously Chinese people are in Nigeria right now. You know what I've always said is that, bro, okay, yeah, throw racism to me in Europe and everything. You want to be racist to me on my soil? On Nigerian soil? Are you sick? Because apparently, because my mom was saying to me that, like, one of her employees went to that told her that apparently there are like Chinese restaurants where no black people are allowed. I was like, so there are Chinese restaurants or Chinese establishments in Nigeria where no black people are allowed. So they're bringing that crap from South Africa to the green, white, and green. Eh? See, that could only happen when I'm not there. When I'm there, that can't happen. That cannot happen. There is no way in hell. There is no way in hell. Okay, England, America. There's no way in hell that I'm in Nigeria. I'm walking the streets of Nigeria, and there is a place that I cannot go to because I'm black. I'm burning the place down. I'm burning the place down. I mean, like, wow, we're rioting. I mean, it's impossible. You can't. It's impossible. You can't do that. We're going to fight. We're going to throw down. We're going to throw down what's in Nigeria. No way. So, but then my mom then said that then when people knew about this stuff, then they knew stuff. But my mom also been saying that apparently they've, because of this whole stuff, a lot of Nigerians have now been sort of like attacking Chinese shops and stuff. So things are happening. Things are happening, you know. And China have to be careful, bro. See, China can use this to change. You can use it to change right now because you can't operate the way that you've been operating, where it's secretive, government's controlled. There's hardly any transparency and stuff. You can't be doing this stuff. You literally cannot be doing this stuff anymore. So people now are already boycotting Chinese stuff. They're already boycotting Chinese stuff because we're now hearing that, okay, you suppress information, there were whistleblowers, there are really much more deaths. So you're not even telling us the full extent of the deaths that happened, faulty equipments were sent. Some guys are already like, man, this is sketchy. This is already sketchy stuff. So like, man, let's look at other guys to really manufacture this stuff. So, and I always say that it's the issue aren't, you can't paint a place with a whole fine brush, you know. Because I know good Chinese people. I know some racist Chinese people. Trust me, I have experienced some racist ass Chinese people in school. That's for sure. But again, one of my best friends was Chinese. One of my best friends when I was young was Chinese. So, but there is, as I said again, I would never live in China. As a black guy, I would never live in China. You see, as a black guy, I probably would never live in Japan because they're also very homogenous. But I would rather live in Japan than China because Japan are more modern. And Japan are Japan are more curious to learn about other cultures. Of course, they have their stereotypes and everything, but in Japan, they're much more curious and everything. And also in Japan, there's a massive rap industry. They're much more stylish, but Japan are just more modern and everything. So even if there's still some racist issues with Japan because they don't have that many black people, but there's still a modernizing view about it. But China, bro, China, they still view blacks as like apes and monkeys. They still view black people as these kinds of less developed. They still view us as like these animals and creatures, even if we're all animals, by the way. And we're actually all monkeys. But yeah, so yeah, I ain't rolling in China. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of boycotting probably, bro. So, it's crazy. Yeah, bro. I've seen twins, bro. I have seen twins. There is no chance in hell of me watching. I would rather I'd rather shave my balls with a rusty blade caked in iodine and poison and dip it in a pool of flesh eating piranhas than watch Captain Marvel. There is no way in hell I'm watching Captain Marvel ever. So, oh, bro, you see, Machine, this is what I definitely wanted to do this. But the issue is the amount of copyright stuff. Because again, me and my I think I remember you. I think you mentioned before. I think yeah, Faisal. We used to do scene breakdowns, bro. Copyrights, 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 copyright. So the match just copyright strike. Just take it down. So I'm like, bro, what the hell is this? So, but you know, we should definitely do a watch along for sure. But it's gonna have to be like an offline thing. We should definitely do an offline thing. But yeah, I think we have to definitely try and watch if a flick for sure. Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out because I know how to sort of do it. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of how it would work. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of how it would work, bro. The Giants radio. I don't think Sean even makes a smile. Bro, look bad. There is, I think, only when you're black you realize that there is nothing worse than that moment when you realize that you're the only black dude in a room full of like white people or like Chinese people. You know, the awkwardness is just like you're like, oh damn, you know. Because I told you, like in school, people were convinced that I was Jamaican. I was like, I don't know where Jamaica is on the map. So you're saying that I'm from a country where I don't even know where it is on the map. I'm just a dude that just came from Nigeria here and everything. And people are like, hey, yeah, man, yo, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. I'm like, I can't even fake a Jamaican accent. I can't fake a Jamaican accent. I don't listen to reggae. Guys, I still don't know where Jamaica's. I still don't know where Jamaica is on the map. I honestly still don't. You know, I think obviously I know it's an island, but where is it? Like, is it like near America or is it like off the coast or something? I still don't know where Jamaica is on the map. But people were convinced that I was a Jamaican man. So like, hey, yeah, man, yo, man, yeah, man. I'm like, what? Sexiest woman and female role in a film ever. I mean, Halle Berry in Swordfish was pretty sassy, man. And I'm always a fan of Angela Bassett. I'm always a fan of Angela Bassett. So Angela Bassett in anything is always going to get me. But Halle Berry in Swordfish was money. Angela Bassett in anything is always more money. I mean, Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct was. I mean, you know, Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct was. She's alright, you know. She's alright, you know. Gabriel Union in Bad Boys 2. Gabriel Union in Bad Boys 2. You know, this is like, you know, I literally don't get this. Literally, Cameron Diaz looked a certain way in the mask, and afterwards, she just looks different. It makes no sense. Like, the woman that you see in There's Something About Mary and Charlie's Angels isn't the same woman that you saw in the mask. Like, the mask was like, wait, who the heck is this? You know, who the heck is this? Well, yeah, Angelina Jolie in see, I don't know why she went to go and lose weight. Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider. Yeah. Like yeah, yeah. Jolie in Tomb Raider. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Guys, look, man, this has been swell, man. But now we now have to build up for the the whatchamacallit, De Bruyne against Pogba, which I'm gonna cheat, bro. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna cheat. So, but remember, guys, if there's anything you want me to talk about, any discussions you want to have, because I want to try and make these things like a nightly thing, just interesting topics, interesting discussions, interesting things to talk about. So trying to make maybe bring the whole real talk aspects into here and really try and get into some edgy stuff, because I love talking about edgy, controversial stuff. I'm all about edgy and controversial because I love being transparent. So anything about racism, sexism, homophobia, anything, no topic is off basis with me. I'm like, bro, I just go straight. So if there's anything any topic you want me to address on the show, that's my email. Well, that's the email for the show. myhalfreport@gmail.com. myhalfreport@gmail.com. I'll probably put the email down in the description box as well. But guys, I will see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. with much more interesting topics, because I'm thinking of talking about aliens. I want to talk about aliens. I don't want to talk about Egypt and those pyramids, because there's so much stuff to talk about. I want to talk about Egypt and those pyramids. I want to talk about aliens, and I think that's where we have the power of Google, so you can then say, do aliens exist? Do aliens really exist? Are we the only sentient beings in this world? If we're the only sentient beings in this world and I'm stuck with a bunch of dumbass bricks like Trump, we're screwed. And if aliens invaded, how would they look like? Do aliens really look like the dudes that we see in flipping Mars attacks, or the dudes that we see in War of the Worlds? Do they have spaceships? Do aliens already know of us already, and they're already researching us? They already know we exist, and they're already researching us from a billion miles away, and they're just waiting to get us screwed. And I want to get into machines as well. AI. Are machines the next evolution? Sweet. Guys, peace out. Stay true. Stay real. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.